Hey guys, Kiramager here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Mashin Gattai Deluxe King Express set from Mashin Sentai Kiramager. This is the second mech set for Kiramager, which consists of the black Kirame stone and the twin white Kirame stones that can be used in different combinations to make the personal mech of the evil General Garza, as well as the secondary mech of the Kiramagers. So, let's get started. First up, we'll look at the Black Kirame Stone, which belongs to General Garza of the Yodon Army, which are the enemies of the Kiramagers. As you can see from the intro, this is the second large Kirame Stone, so it's about the same size as the red Kirame Stone as seen here. Besides the main color of black, we also have a lot of clear purple. On the front, we can see some Kirame seals on the inside. As we look at it from the side and the back, we can see some of the extra parts to it, and see they also have some bits of metallic purple paint on them. Not to mention that while this front portion is solid black plastic, the back two pieces are actually clear black, which you can kind of get a look for if you just kind of look at it carefully enough. Now, the first thing we can do with the Black Kirame Stone is transform it into its Mashin mode. So, for that, I'm going to take these two pieces off the back, take this section, and expand it out like this. We'll take the front piece and plug it into the front like this, and take the back piece and plug it in like so. And here we have Mashin Jockey. So this is a long train machine, which we can zoom in on to get some details. So for the front car, you can see it has a bit of a dinosaur kind of kaiju-like look to it, with the eye here and the jaw down here, as well as, of course, the smokestack right up top. Then you have the main body of the train, where you can see that while there isn't much in terms of paint, there are a lot of details showing things like the windows and the different wheels. Then you come to the back section, which, is basically just the standard back end of the train. Now on the other side, you can see that there's this metallic purple line that runs all through it, though that has its own purpose. Now, the next thing we can do is take it and transform it into its mech mode. So for that, I'm going to disconnect these two segments. Then, take this piece and once again fold it back in on itself. Then, coming on to this side, we're going to first take these arms, rotate them down like so, and then extend them outwards. Take these pieces, which will become legs, and then flip them out like this. Set it down like that. Then we'll take these two pieces and slide them into place, just like this. Take this hole here and connect it to this peg up top. Take this section and fold it down onto the back. Then grab this piece in the rear car and extend it like so. And here we have Smog Jockey. So let's take a look. As you can see, this thing has a kind of giant dinosaur Godzilla-esque, basically kaiju look to it. We can now see the head with the lower jaw that can open and close. We got the hands with the little claws, we got the feet down here, the whole back section here, as well as this chainsaw tail, which also has a Kirame seal in it. As far as the articulation goes, of course there is the jaw, opening and closing, and here you can definitely get a better view of how this is clear black plastic. So for articulation, it's mainly just down to the arms where we can move them forward and back, as well as move the kind of forearms and claws a little bit in and out, but that's mostly for the sake of transformation. Well, these parts did come around for like this. It doesn't really work that well to articulate unless you want to get into, say, a pose like that, where it's got a bit of a walking stance, but you can't move forward any more than this. For a size comparison, here it is with Kiramager, where you can see they scale pretty well. So you can kind of have them pose as if they were battling each other, which is something you don't get to do quite so often with Sentai Mechs. And I apologize for the scraping on the table, but this thing doesn't exactly have wheels on the bottom, so unless I move it around or just kind of lift it, it's going to scrape a little bit. Next, we'll look at the two white Kirame stones. These are of the smaller variety, similar to a small machine like Chevalo here. And each one is unique from the other. For the first of the two, it's got this very large gem section with a large Kirame seal inside. You can see it has a very nice refraction and reflective pattern to it. And it's inside this pearlescent clear white plastic, whereas the rest of it is kind of solid metallic white. Got some bits of red and blue on it, not so much to look at here on the back. Then you have the second half, where we have a clear piece here with nothing really inside it, but then here on the bottom we can see another Kirame seal, which again is very nice and reflective. And this one has more of that same red and blue to go along with it. Now in this instance, this is the first case in which you need to combine Kirame stones to make a Kirame machine. So in order to do that, take the two halves and connect the back half here to the front half. Then fold this piece on the front half down, like so. And we get Mashin Express, which takes the form of the front car of a bullet train. You can see this clear section here, which is the cockpit. We have the red lines which are connected all through it. You got the nice bits of blue, and then you have the nose cone, or the front nose, which also has a bit of a dinosaur kaiju-esque look to it, with the headlights being the eyes, and then we got this section down here, which looks like some jaws and teeth, making it basically like the good counterpart to the evil Mashin Jockey. Next up, we can combine Mashin Jockey and Mashin Express, and that can be done in a couple of different ways. So the first is by completely rotating around Mashin Express and then taking this port on the back of Mashin Express and plugging it into the back end of Mashin Jockey. And now we have this connection wherein Kirame Red and Mashin Express basically take control of Mashin Jockey. And you can see now why there's this whole section back here where you can transition from the red line of windows here on Mashin Express to the purple one on Mashin Jockey, to where it kind of just all lines up. But the second way is to combine the two into a mech. So, once again, we're going to start with Mashin Jockey. Going to divide it into three pieces like so. Then we're going to take it and fold it down, but not completely. Just enough so that you have this gap in the middle. Then, going to come down here, push in these parts, extend out the toes. Next, we'll take Mashin Express, split it in two, take the back half, plug it onto the waist, and split these two pieces open like that. And we're going to take the back half of Mashin Jockey, plug it in as the left arm, extend out to the chainsaw, take the front half of Mashin Jockey, and make it into the right arm, And it's important to note that for this one you have to use this connection joint instead of this one. Then we'll take the front half of Mashin Express, split it open from the front like that, and take this piece and plug it into this port here. And here we have King Express. So let's take a close look at it. As you can see, this thing has a very dynamic silhouette, with the big V emblem jutting out from the chest, as well as the stark contrast between the white center and then the black limbs. Not to mention the way that the shoulders extend upwards over the top of the head. Taking a look at the front of it, you can see the head. It has this very cool look to it. Some white, blue, red, and yellow. A nice face with some sunglasses on it. And the kind of helmet piece does look a bit like a bullet train. We've got the chest piece here, which is kind of designed like a standard electric train. Then of course we have the arms which form the two weapons, being the jaws on the right arm, as well as the buzzsaw on the left arm. And as far as the articulation goes, it is somewhat limited due to the design, to where, you know, the most you're going to get out of posing it is basically something like this. Although if you're careful enough, you can kind of raise the arms 90 degrees, but only really one at a time, because if you're not careful enough, you're basically going to pop off this chest piece via the arms. It's not exactly the tightest connection, and that was a bit of an oopsie on my part. Just for a little size comparison, here it is with Kiramager. As you can see, it stands a little bit taller, but they are in about the same scale to each other. So unfortunately, there's really not much in terms of connectivity. Well, the only thing you could maybe do is do a bit of an arm swap here. And I apologize for all the pieces popping out. But yeah, the most you could really do is basically swap arms like this, but as you can see, it looks very awkward to have this one oversized arm on Kiramager as well as this one very tiny arm on King Express. That's not to say there won't be something coming in the future that Kiramager can combine with. It's just not this mech. And there we go. Overall, what we have here is something pretty unique for our second mech set of the series, seeing that it has a two-in-one nature, serving as both an evil mech for Kiramager to fight against, as well as a second ally mech. So it definitely has a lot of playability in it, especially it's going to be nice for kids, because you don't really see too many evil mechs or kind of toys of the monsters within Super Sentai. And I feel like we haven't seen something similar to this since the Kreiner of Tokyuger, which was unfortunately a premium Bandai exclusive, so it's not something that everyone was really able to get their hands on. While it's unfortunate it doesn't have any kind of combining compatibility or really combining potential with Kiramager, that's probably something they're saving for the upcoming 6th Rangers mech, whenever that gets released. But with that being said, it does have a good amount of playability on its own, so it's the kind of thing where you don't even really need to have Kiramager in order to enjoy this. So, if you're enticed by it, if you like what you see here, I can definitely recommend picking it up. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Gates Majesty Ride Watch. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is Karo50, riding off.